The recording is also disabled. Okay. You are recording this meeting. Okay. Fine. So this is our program. Fine. Pointer to function, already explained that we can use some function as a variable. So let us now, this will the practice of creating function to pointer. So how do we create the function to pointer? This is our main program, we know very well. And here you can see that this is a function ascending and descending. Okay. What is written here? Ascending and descending. These are the two functions used excuse me. Okay. Used by function pointer. See, my God, what happened? Maybe due to some dust particle. And once again, I am so initially we need a function which will point fine. So this step is very simple, that we are assigning one array with certain elements. Now this step will ask whether you want ascending or descending order. It is stored in order. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Oh, I'm little bit disturbed due to some dust particle over this place. So give me one.
Yeah, it's okay.
So I'm really very sorry for this interruptions. Okay. So now this you know very well. Up to this place there is no problem because this place also prints the original array. Now come to order will store either 1 or 2. Okay. Depending on order, what happened? We are passing one value and this is a pointer to function. How we can see that this is a pointer to function? Because this prototype shows us two values inside that, and the name of function will be pointed. Okay, so here ascending function will be pointed by this pointer. Clear? And here descending function will be pointed by this pointer. That's why whenever we are referring to any function pointer, it is without a reference or dereference operator. Dear, any doubt?
No, sir.
No, sir.
Up to this place, there is no problem. Now, this is a function pointer, clear? Okay, and we have used, so here the name of function is different. And let us start doing this stuff. And then finally, when we got the elements, we got the elements in, because it is array related operator. Okay, it will directly modified at this place. Original array. Okay, original array will be modified. Fine. So up to this place, nothing is special and there is no problem. Now, and the original array will be printed. Now, this is sorted array. Okay, not original. Original array is modified and then sorted array will be printed. Now, what is the scenario here? This is a function known as compare. Compare is a function pointer. Pointer to function. The name of, maybe because this function may be ascending or descending. Actually, it is pointing to any function which have two arguments. But in this particular case, it will pointing to ascending and descending. Okay, it will take two element, integer and integer, and it will directly modify this. Let us see how do this will perform. There is another function. We have just declared the prototype here, integer, or you can declare it outside this scope of function. So swap we have already discussed. It will modify it at array level. Okay, and this is a function known typically known by category called by reference. So it will directly modify into the reference. So pass, the first outer loop is pass. Okay, outer loop is pass. So this is pass. How many passes are there? So these passes are because size is 10. Okay, size is 10. So pass will run from 1, 2, 3 up to 9 and up to 9 because size is given as 10. Now, second thing is count. Count loop will start from 0 and it will run up to 8. Why 8? Because size minus 1 is given. And there is another concept. Suppose we start with 0. So what will be compared here? A0 with A0 with A1. Okay. So in case of 8th element, what will be compared? A1, A8 with A9. Total elements are how many? It will start from 0 to 9. Total 10 elements are there. Okay. Now, if 9 is there, then how do we compare A9 with A10? Because this is absent. Yes or no? Agree or not?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
So that is the reason we have used size minus 1. Now, if compare, see, What is compare? Actually, compare may be ascending or descending. Okay, so compare will point to ascending or descending function. Compare will point to which function? Ascending or descending. This compare will point to the function ascending or descending. Okay. So this is the,
Yes.
so it depends on whatever parameter we are passing here. So if ascending will be passed, if this compare, okay, we have written already ascending or descending. So suppose ascending is given. So ascending work 1 and work means work 0 and work 1 will be passed. It depends loop to loop, it may vary. So what is our output? Just see here. Suppose this is our original order. Okay, 2, 6, 4, 8. And I am pointing out descending, not ascending. In which case it is required to swap these elements in descending case. So initially work 0 is compared with work 1. Okay, these two will be passed here. Here we have passed these two elements, but it is compared like this in case of descending. Okay, these two will be passed. Now this is our B. Now this is our B and this is our A. So 6 is greater than 2. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Yes. So that's why it will swap. Okay. So what is written here? Just see it. If this condition is true, if this condition is true, always remember whenever we are putting any conditional statement, okay, if A is greater than B kind of statement, so it will either return 0 or 1. So if 1 is written, then it will swap. So in case of descending, this will be swapped. And likewise, all other elements will be swapped. So got it? This program understood, understandable to you?
Yes, sir.
So
Yes, sir.
fine. So I had written all these things, all necessary details that how do it will work. So this is, I think, very simple program, not very tough. So with this, we complete the pointer. Now come to structures and union. Okay. So give me one more second. You want to see the execution of this program, or
Yes, sir.
let me throw it to you so that you will run by yourself.
Okay, sir.
I'm throwing
Yes,
this
sir.
program to you. Okay. So this program is with you and just try to run it and modify according to your definition. Now come to, yes, give me 1 minute. Okay, so today we are discussing about what is a structure and how to declare a structure. Okay, so structure is collection of logically related data items of different data types. Like array, what happened? We have only single data type. Either it may be array of integer or array of character, fine, or float. In this case, structure is collection of like date of birth. Date of birth includes DD, MM, YY. Okay, month may be character or month may be integer value. So for this purpose, we use struct as a keyword. Okay, and then name of structure, then data type, and the member one, data type, member two, and this is the syntax of structure. Struct is the keyword to declare any structure. Struct underscore name is a tag like integer. For integer, you can use that. Okay. And member one and member two are the two members of that structure. So let us see the example of this. This is our example. Struct book is written. Okay. Struct book is written and fine. So this is our example, and let me copy this example to explain the program is compiler program. So this is our C compiler. Just try to understand the concept. Okay, this is very simple concept. Oh, something else is pasted here. I cannot copy the thing. Fine, not an issue. But I can type the things, na? So this is our program, and void main is required and no functions are required. Fine. Yes. So struct, what is written here? Struct book, and then left curly brace and right curly brace, and then suppose character title title 100 size will be given. Okay, and you need to declare a structure one by one. You cannot declare a structure directly. Or let us see. Just I want to show you what will happen. So this is our program, and all the functions will be deleted here. So suppose some person may have doubt, like we can also declare author 100. Fine. If I'm going to compile this program, so this will give me one error. One semicolon is not given. Okay. So let us. Oh my God. Let us write some integer a comma b. Just try to see whether this is we are able to run this program or not. Okay. So full screen the program and run the program. Hello world. There is no problem. Now let me write struct book struct book and type one is b1. Okay, and then b1 dot a equals to 34 and b1 dot b equals to 34. Okay, and printf percent d comma b1 dot b. So there is no problem actually, but it is not a good practice to declare in a single line. Okay, so it will be declared like this. So first thing is, what is our first thing? First thing is title. Okay, title, title of book. It must contain 100 size, and then author of author of book is also 100 size. Then next field is pages and price. Fine. So you can see that we have declared array type also, we have declared integer type also, we have declared float type also. So this is the beauty of struct. Now you can write this type def struct book as book. Fine. Now you need not to declare this book. Book type b1 is given, and then book type b1 dot title equals to introduction to C programming. Author b1 dot author author equals to Dennis Ritchie. Okay. Then printf hello world percent s and then I am writing comma so now you can see, yes, what is the problem? type def, type def, type type def. Now, oh my God, blunder mistake. This is character and this is also character. Fine. Dennis Ritchie. Yes.
सर वो कैरेक्टर में शायद सिंगल कैरेक्टर आता है सर डबल कोट के अंदर।
नहीं नहीं नहीं,
ऐसा नहीं है सर।
नहीं वो सही दिया है उन्होंने। Yes, yes, not an issue. B1 dot author, B1 dot title, percent s is written, percent s, nothing is, maybe, I think this is not required. Let me check. ऐसा बिल्कुल नहीं होता है क्योंकि ये अरे है, an array of character. Let me check the error. So this function is required actually for this purpose. String copy b1 dot title. कहाँ copy करना है? So here we need to copy. Okay. And then the name, whatever we want to copy it. So we have given this thing. Fine. Now I think it will work very clearly and cleverly. Because this is a string and string type assignment is not permissible, correct? Either we need to declare this as a string, and because it is derived data type, fine. So b1 dot author is written here, and then the string whatever we want to copy is written here. Sometimes it is very important. Then if we run this program, now it is, oh, so many things. Now what is the error?
सर डबल कोट सर इंट्रोडक्शन सर आपने वहाँ डबल कोट से उसको क्लोज नहीं किया।
Double quote is one of the error, and any other error? Now I think it will run. Yes. So is this clear to you? How do we assign any string?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So hello world percent s by percent s. So this time, but the allocation is of how many bytes? Anyone tell me what is the size of B1? Yes. Anyone? Because integer is having 8 byte, uh, sorry, 4 byte, then what is the size of this? Any idea?
32, sir.
Huh?
32.
32. 4 for 8. I think 208. Let us see. Yes or no? How it is coming? Yes. And let me one more thing I will declare. Type depth struct. Instead of using struct, I am using union. Okay. Union book, and even I am not using its name as book. Its name as journal. So that it will be separated from journal. Fine. So here you can see that character stores how many byte? Single byte, yes or no?
Yes, sir.
So
Yes.
total how many single bytes are there? 100. 100 plus 100, 200. And integer stores, integer takes 4 byte and float also takes 4 byte. Okay. So that's why the size of data type is how much? 208.
208.
You just calculate, try to calculate. Okay, so we have declared union also, but union will be not taken by this. What is the reason? String copy. String copy is good function. There is no problem. Let us not do this step. Just try to print the size. Unknown type name. Yes. So what is the difference between size? Just try to understand. Both are derived data type. Agree or not?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
anyone?
Yes,
Tell
sir.
me. See, this is the major difference. This is the major difference between structure and union. Okay, both uses same style. Okay, even if you check the whatever data you are storing, but it will take 100 bytes only initially. Initially, storage will be taken as, so how this 100 will be decided. So whatever maximum is coming, that is the size of means size of structure or union. Okay, so here in union the size is 100, maximum storage. Okay, suppose this is not character. I am just deleting this. Suppose this is not character, this is long. Okay, long A and long double B. Now, if we run this program, this is union, and this is structure. Okay. So let us copy the entire content of journal as well as. So I had pasted here. Both having the same size, yes or no? So if we run, then structure requires 48 byte, while union requires 16 byte. So the size of long double is 16. Okay, and long is 8. 8 plus 16 is, this is 16, this is 4, this is 4, and this is 8. 8 plus 8 is 16. 16 plus 16 is 32. I think long also requires 16. So 16 multiplied by 16, 32, 32. But 48, how 48 will be coming? I think padding will be given here. Yes. So you can see that the different sizes are coming. I will explain the concept of padding tomorrow. Okay. So just try to understand it. Maximum size is 16. Okay. Maximum, whatever given here. So the upper size of the data, it will hold this much size, while this will hold the entire thing. Okay. So 16 plus 16, 32, and 16 plus 8. 16 plus 16 total 32, but the padding of 4 byte will be there. Okay, because of different sizes are here. So I will explain the concept of padding, how this 48 is coming. Actual size is not 48, but why this 48 is coming. Okay, so I think today it is
Okay,
sufficient.
sir.
So I will explain it
Okay, sir.
tomorrow. Give me 1 second.